Welcome to episode 80 of the Hoop Threads podcast. Here for another prospect spotlight with Jayden Fort, 2025 6'8" forward, Jackson Reed High School. Jayden, how's it going today, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. So let's get right into it. Tell me about your first dunk.
Okay. My first dunk was back before quarantine, a little bit like right when quarantine started. Like there was like 2 weeks when they gave us off of school, and I was outside like every day that whole 2 weeks, just trying to dunk the whole day. And I finally got one. Yeah, it felt good. It felt great.
Were you the same size you are now?
Now I was about 6'2", 6'1".
Okay, good enough. All right. What piece of advice or words do you hear the most often from your AAU coaches and from your high school coaches?
Um, they're always telling me to stay focused and to live up to my potential because they see a lot in me. So they always tell me, they always making sure I work hard. They always trying to make sure I'm on top of my school. So it's always great.
Bet. Okay. Tell me about a time that you faced adversity and how did you deal with it? What were some tools that you used to navigate it?
Okay. So I would say a time I faced adversity was in eighth grade because I wasn't that good my eighth grade year. So I was always getting in my own head. And it was hard for me to like, because previously I had like always been scared to be good. I feel like it was. I'd be scared to be like a good player. But I think that's what was limiting me.
Mm,
And really, I just started like getting in the gym more. I tried to just like really lock in. I started watching more like motivational stuff, and like I just started like really surrounding my life around strictly basketball because I really loved it.
okay.
And yeah, that helped me get out there and show.
Perfect. No, that's what it's all about, man. When did you know that you truly kind of love the game of basketball? And I guess what is your why when it comes to what the game of basketball?
Yeah. I learned I loved it probably when I first like played in a real game. I was trash, but like, it was so fun being able to like run up and down, the way the ball bounced off the floor, like everything about it, the sound that he made whenever he made a shot, everything about it, I just loved it. And that's really when I found out I had a love for the game. And my why would be my mom. She worked hard every day for me. And she keep motivating me, keep pushing me. So that's really my why. Why I do this, and for my future too.
That's what it's all about, brother. All right. So
Yeah,
what's your gym schedule? You know, who sets it? You know, as far as
yeah.
training goes, who sets it?
Um.
What are you doing every day?
Okay. So my gym schedule typically in the morning. I come to sleep. It's normally like after school when I really start. Okay, I can tell you on a school day and like on an off day.
Okay.
On a school day, I'll go to school, get my school day done. I'll come to get some tutoring, and then I'll go to the gym for like maybe like 3 hours, 2 hours. And it depends, like, because certain days we can go in the gym, certain days we can't. And if I can't, I'll go somewhere else to go to the gym. But I try, like, if I can, like, if I wake up early, I'll try and get a workout in before school too. So I try and do like 2 times a day, but
Mm,
most of the time it's only once a day. But it's hard workout, just good reps. And
okay.
on the off day, I'll wake up early. I'll go to the gym. I'll lift weights. I'll come back and I'll do like a final shoot around.
Okay. What are you working on the most right now? What have you added to your game, you know, since last season, and kind of what have you added to your game since the season ended, kind of leading in the AAU?
I think I've been working on putting the ball on the floor better and being able to hit all sorts of shots off the dribble from behind the arc. Like I feel like I've always been able to do it, but since I didn't really have that much confidence and I wasn't really doing it in game. You really have to get like a feel for how it actually feels. Like you can't just go in repping it and then expect to go in the game and just start knocking it down. You gotta have some experience doing the move. So yeah,
Confidence comes from the work, man. All right.
yeah,
So what are some interests and hobbies that you have off the court? You know, what is Jaden
yeah.
Ford doing on the weekends?
So on the weekends, I might hang out with some friends. Also, like a hobby, I like looking into things like investing, anything like that. Investing, 'cause I always found that interesting for some reason. I don't know why. Since I was in like sixth grade,
Mhm.
I've been investing. So also, I'd say besides like typical like teenage thing like video games,
Mhm.
not only thing I do outside of really basketball, I'd say it's memorable is investing.
Investing. Okay. No, that's a great start. How are your grades, man? What are you kind of studying and kind of focusing on in school? Some of the best subjects, some of the stuff that you got to work on a little bit more.
My grades are solid this year because I had done online school for like the last 3 years. So it was hard to make a transfer at the beginning of the year. But I think I'm transitioning to it well. Um, my favorite subject, I've always liked math. I don't know why. Like it's just kind of like I just feel like I have a feel for it. Like I can go into like a test off of one class and still be good. Cause it's just easy for me to process the information in math class. And math is kind of quick sometimes, so it don't really be hurting my head. Saying
Okay.
some classes it's just a pain.
Got you. And so do you think kind of the next level at the college level that you'd be interested in studying something kind of similar to that? What are your plans
Uh,
outside of basketball?
yeah, I'm thinking of like majoring into finance probably. So yeah, some that's kind of math related.
Hey man, that's the way to go. All right, so let's switch gears to AAU real quick. You've been playing with Team Durant for how long?
2 years. Well, this is my third year.
Third year with Durant. Okay. You played with and against some high level guys, on your team, Lear Maluk, Jane Kelsey, Cam Ward, Akbar Wahid, Mario Tatum, obviously yourself, Jackson Britt, to name a few. What has been your favorite matchup? And then talk about what it's been like playing for Team Durant with some of those guys.
My favorite matchup in practice definitely got to be Cam. But he always puts me to go hard. I push him to go hard. We always guarding each other. That's my favorite matchup. That's my guy. And what's your second question? Can you say it again?
Talk about what it's been like playing for Team Durant, traveling on the road, being on an organization that has, the leadership of, his father, as well as, Kevin Durant's kind of in the gym with you guys a lot, I'm sure. So kind of
Yes.
talk about what that's been like.
It's been great. It's like a family. Everything you do, it's like revolved around the team. Like everything you do, it's always fun. It's also structured as well. It's nothing crazy. Like it's disciplined. They make sure that like you got everything you need with like quantum movement as far as healing yourself and taking care of your body.
Okay.
And they make sure you get some workouts into. They always looking out for you.
Yeah, they're all about the work over there for sure. Has there been like a matchup that you're looking forward to AAU wise that maybe you got the better of you last time and you're looking forward to hopefully playing them again down the line?
Uh, I'd say our like our rivals. We always like playing takeover, but like a team that I would love to beat would be the Night Riders with the Booster Twins.
Hmm.
Love them because they've been yeah they're a tough team to beat. They beat us 3 times already, so we gotta get one on them
There you
eventually.
go. That's a good squad. We actually interviewed Dante Allen for the podcast last week, one of their teammates. All right. So what do you do to contribute to winning at the high school level and then eventually at the college level? Kind of what are you looking for in a university down the line? Because after the summer you'll be able to talk to some college coaches. They'll be able to call you directly.
On the high school level, I feel like I bring I bring like some form of dominance to the game. Like I try and go on the court and be the most dominant player on the gym in the gym. Like that's what I try to be. And also, I think in college, my game kind of got to like translate to guard wing because in the modern day, you got like 6, 8 point guards. You got Victor Allen, 7 foot wing. Like I got to be able to translate to a guard, really, in my opinion. So in college, I'm looking for a place that's going to let me, really develop me, help me get to where I need to be. Because the goal is to lead, obviously. I don't want to stop in college. So That's all I'm looking for. A place where I'm gonna grow best and I'm gonna feel comfortable like I'm at home.
Okay. Right now, hold offers from NGIT, George Mason, ODU, Texas A&M, with interest from schools like Iowa, Maryland, Virginia Tech. What are some things that you really value that are really important to you? You know, whether that's trust, honesty, communication. What are some things that are important to you?
I think that probably the most important thing to me would definitely be like trust and communication. Like I don't want like to be part of like a so word to say it like a sly organization, like a kind of slick, you know what I'm saying? Like not kind of shady. That's where I can use a shady organization. I want to know what's going on. I want to be informed. I want to be on top of everything.
Hmm.
And I'd also say the important thing is to be respected. I want to go to a place where I'm gonna have at least some respect. If I don't got respect, it's kind of like you know, it's just not. I'm just not gonna be in my best form mentally if I don't got respect. So,
Got you, 100%. All right, we're gonna get some quick hitters real quick, and then we'll move on to film. So, what's a player or two that you model your game after?
Paul George.
Okay. Best and worst spots on the floor right now.
That's the worst spots on the floor.
Yep.
My best spot I'd say is like short corner mid range. I feel like Debbie over there. Like I could do a lot over there. My worst spot, maybe like a I don't even know. I don't think I got a worst spot.
Got you. Okay. What's your go-to move with the game in the line?
Go to move. I'd say like a jab, raise over, like just try and shoot over the guy.
Okay. And from one blocker to the other, from top of the key.
I'd say from mid range.
Got you. Elbow work. Something like
Yeah, yeah.
that. Okay. Who's the funniest player you've been around? I think I might know your answer to this.
Funniest player I've like ever played with.
Yeah.
Mm, might be Rob. It might be Rob. Rob's hilarious.
Rob Docker's
Everybody on my team is hilarious.
Cam Ward's
It's
pretty
like
good too.
yeah, they all come together. It's just hilarious. But
Got you.
I don't even know.
Got you.
Probably Rob.
Rank these from most important to least important for you, at least relatively speaking. Game winning assist, game winning defensive stop, game winning shot at the buzzer.
Okay. Game winning shot at the buzzer, number one. Game winning defensive stop, number two. And game winning assist, number three.
Got you. Okay. And then let's talk about your season real quick. 28-8 overall, 13-0 in the uh DCSAA during the regular season. Got upset by Bard in the DC states. But ended up making it all the way to the championship game in the DCI double A's. Beat Whitney Young and Roman Catholic. And then lost in the Gonzaga Classic Championship by 6 to the host school Gonzaga, who were super talented this year, and they were really rolling at that point in the season as well. You know, talk about what you learned about yourself this sophomore season, and then what plans Coach Johnson has for you this next year with Dockery and a bunch of other starters and rotation guys graduating.
Um, I think I've found like a good recipe for myself to like really get locked in and get myself going. Because back in the day, like it'd be hard for me to like when I get in a game, it'd be hard for me to really like lock in and really like just play the way I know I can play. And with Coach T, I feel like he's brought that out of me. And because I used to be a scary player, I feel like I really took a step up this year, and I could take a bigger step next year. You know, Coach T, great coach. I think his plans for us next year to win everything. Like however many games we got, we had 36 this year, 36 I know next year. I think we can do that with the talent we have. I think that Coach T going he's gonna do what Coach T do. He's a good coach, man. It's
He's
like,
he's
yeah,
phenomenal. Talk real quick about playing for him. You kind of spoke a little bit as far as just harping on consistency with you and really bringing that dog out. And talk about what makes him, a great coach, one of the top coaches in this area and then in the country, in my opinion.
I've been getting coached by him since like 8th grade. I think it was when I first walked in his gym, recruiting to play on his team. Um, Getting coached by him, he gonna push you. He gonna make sure like you're not shorting yourself. Like he won't. One thing he gonna do, he's not gonna let you sell yourself short. He gonna try and make you maximize your potential. And with me, every day during practice, during the games, after the game, he'd be like, "Yo," he wouldn't really yell, but he'd just really be on me about things I can do, what I'm capable of. After every game, 8th grade and 9th grade year, he would pull me to the room, talk to me about the game, how I felt, and what I could improve. And that's when he brought the opportunity for me to come to Jackson Reed. I couldn't say no because I couldn't think again, coached better anywhere else. So it's been great.
Gotcha. All right. Let's get to some film here. First, we're going to watch a quick highlight video that Head Tap put together for you. Athleticism really shows kind of throughout. I think that's one of your biggest strengths.
Yeah, for sure.
Just being able to move and get around guys of the same size. Um, Coach T's vision for you, I think, once you're playing hard consistently and kind of understand where you're supposed to be positioning wise, offensively for rebounds like that, and then defensively where you can be the block shots. Obviously the jumper's been progressing pretty consistent from mid range and
Yeah.
out. I don't even remember seeing you take a three this year, to be honest, but I'm sure you did at some point. Yeah, I got you. Big game against St. John's there. We'll get to that film in a second. Um, DCS. No, that was the DCIAAs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that was DCSW.
that was DCSA. Okay, gotcha. Up in Georgetown, McDonough Arena. Run the floor is what you do well, man. It's really, really hard to stop you once you kind of get going. So I think that's become a lot more consistent in your sophomore season, from your freshman year. I think that's gotten a lot better. So definitely looking forward to that continuing to move. Right. Now we're going to kind of move to a little video I put together from that St. John's game, kind of showing some of your strengths. Attacking the basket, cutting back door. Really good at scoring in the paint right now, using your length, using your athleticism to get there. Like this kind of bump through the contact. Spin is really, really good off glass. Post game is developing, you're kind of getting there. Got to a block shot here. I think defensively you can make a lot of strides there. I like how you stayed with this play and kept going. Even though he blocked the shot initially. Good defensive possession, stayed down, stayed solid. Tested got well without fouling. That's important. I'm pretty sure you beat him down the floor here. Yep, and finish it with a jump. That's great time. Especially in a game of this magnitude. Being able to take him off the bounce. Beautiful. Tough lay in traffic. I don't know. What did they call there, man?
You won that back.
I don't know if they call it travel, if they call it care, or what it was, but it seemed
Oh
like
no. They called a foul on
Justin.
it was no, because we got free throws after that, I believe.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
on one of their players.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Before then, this is a big time rebound that you were able to get, and not losing that ball was really important to that as well. This is a big free throw you made down the stretch to extend the lead to 4, and then we'll kind of move to some areas for improvement that I saw as well. So the first free throw that you made, I thought the shot was really fluid on the follow through. This one, I felt like it kind of was a push shot where you're shooting it with your palm. This one's just kind of hand down, man down. It's not just for jump shooters. Just kind of take advantage of your length. I felt like you could have gotten to that rebound there, man. as far as just
Yeah.
kind of seeking out the contact and working to get around him. I thought
Mhm.
that that was one that you kind of let go. This one here, I don't hate it. It's just your takeoff point, like how far you are from the basket.
Yeah.
And especially in a matchup that I think like you guys are pretty comparable, like size wise, as far as like height. But I think we kind of use your brawn a little bit more, use your shoulders to create more space. And then here's just kind of right here, if that's going to be a reverse on the baseline, that's got to be a reverse finish on the other side of the rim, which is what you were going for.
Mhm.
Um, but I think if you're just able, just be mindful where you're at that point. Like honestly, you can just keep that top foot down, playing it on the ground, and then open up, and then pick
Mhm.
a side to attack, or just to see where the defense is at, and then you can pivot off of that before you even use your dribble, and then you can put the ball on the field and get to that shot. You get what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like you can get to that a multitude of ways. But like I said, man, a lot of there's still some things you got to work on, but there's a lot there, a lot to work from, and really enjoyed this conversation. You think there's anything that the fans or college coaches or people should know about you that they don't know about you already?
Um, I would say just keep watching because some people they be saying like I can't do this, I can't. People saying I can't dribble. I just got implemented to the game, but I'll be going hard. I'll be going hard. Just know that it's gonna show next year. Sure.
Just give it time. All right, brother. That wraps up our interview. Really appreciate the time. Looking forward to watching you, this summer and beyond.
For sure.